We are live. Hey, everybody. NCS Span 001 here. It's time for more Train Game. While I quickly check basketball scores because, by some absolute divine miracle, I still have a bracket that's in like the top 26,000 in the world. I have no idea how the hell that happened, but cool. We'll see what happens with that. I'll keep you guys updated. And currently things are looking good. I need Purdue to win, I need UCLA to win, need St. John's to win, and I need Iowa, unfortunately, to beat Clemson in that one. Which is going to be sad for me, but also pretty cool because I would have predicted, like, all but 2 of the first round games correctly. I don't know, maybe I can actually win a prize or something. I'm not sure if you actually do win anything unless you finish, like, number 1, maybe. That'd be pretty badass, though. But anyways, tonight we are continuing on with Thomas the Tank Engine of Death. Because you die whenever you fail a mission. Or you get to just go restart it, which sucks. Because there's no checkpoint options in this version of the game like there apparently are on PC, which is insane. And apparently there's difficulty options, which is also insane. None of that was something I was expecting. We also have not found any collectibles yet, and I have no idea where they are even supposed to be at, if they're going to be on the tracks somewhere in free play, or if you actually have to get out and find them. I suspect you have to get out and find them by exploration, though. Okay. Has there been an update to the game at all? There has not been. And I still see no checkpoint options, unfortunately, so let's continue. We have a shunting challenge and the continuation of Percy's very bad, no good day. I wonder how they keep coming up with stories in this, though. Okay, this is the one that, like, bugged out on me yesterday. So let's hope it's working today. And cutscenes are unskippable, which is why I think that I might have actually picked the correct image for the thumbnail, with it being Choo Choo Charles chewing on a platinum trophy icon.
Oh, look who's here. It's that green caterpillar with red stripes. Oh,
That sounds
be
racist.
quiet, Percy said sternly. I don't have time for your tricks today. We'll show him some tricks.
I know we were theorizing, like one person said that there's a possible theory that the reason for the trains being like this might be due to the fact that like the people on the island have just made up stories and stuff about them. I think the correct way of phrasing that theory, though, is that the people on the island are really fucking high most of the time. I think that's the actual reasoning for all of this, is that they're all just really, really high. And that's why they imagine train cars having faces and being able to talk, is that they're all just really high. God, exploration might actually be kind of annoying the way that it currently works, because there's no true free roam. So I'm just sort of looking around to see if I can find anything, just by, like, looking. But not really, so I need a lot of stuff to explore in this. It's not an insanely huge island by any means. It's not like the biggest open world out there. It's no Crimson Desert, because apparently that game takes 300 hours to platinum. Just because you have to clear so much stuff. Alright, this is good. We're only going 10 miles an hour, so we should be able to stop pretty easily this time. And that's going to be a perfect stop. Now we must wait. And uncouple. Alright, choo-choo, Percy. I don't know why we uncoupled him right there. Are we just leaving him out there to die or something? Is that the purpose of this? So he, like, stops differently almost, which is kind of weird. It's like it slowed him down to 0, but then he started speeding up again for some reason. And now where's he going? No, seriously, where the heck is he going now? He's not turning. Ah, okay, I see. So that switched over a bit. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing moving these cars out. The camera's moving a little bit differently today. Sort of moving faster on its own. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. See that? Oh, he's under the map. Hold on just a second. That looks to me like it might be a collectible. Yep, that was a collectible. So we know what those books look like. If they're that small, this is... So that means that they're all on the ground. Which is not a great sign of things to come. That's going to require... I highly doubt that anyone's got a guide out yet of this. Can't go into the offices, so we can't go into the buildings at least, so that's less that we have to explore. We at least know what one of the collectibles looks like, though. Can we talk to these people? No, we can't. And they all look identical. Okay, then. Alright, let's just head on... Ah, I see what we're doing. Well, at least we found a collectible, so that's something. That's a little bit of progress. I don't know what the other ones even look like, though. I'm sure the rain is also maybe affecting how quickly they can speed up and slow down. Alright, perfect. Now where are we headed? Not super far away, so I can't go too fast this time. Yeah, I was obsessed with trains as a kid. I still love all the old Brio stuff. It was amazing. Let's go ahead and start our braking a bit early this time. Yeah, so I guess the rain just makes you slow down. Takes longer to slow down. Oh, wait a minute, never mind, we're up further than that. No, we got some space. So, like, that's a collectible right there. Can I touch it just with the camera and that counts? That does not. Okay. Well, any collectible I can find now is going to be good for later. So those are the conductor's hats, and there are 20 of those. Is there even a... Is there not a jump button? There's not a jump button. That's highly unfortunate. Alright, that's 2 out of our 80 collectibles found. So yeah, like I said, they can't be insanely well hitting, because, again, this is a kid's game, you would think, but I guess, as we discovered yesterday, it's really not. Can't climb ladders. Okay, that's good. If we can't climb ladders, that's a good thing. That's one less thing we have to explore. Yeah, I want to grab any collectibles that I can actually just find out. Oh, what was that? Why is the crosshair flashing red right there? There's something here? I don't see anything here, so I don't know why it's flashing right there. Huh. Who knows what that is, then. Alright, but at least we're starting to find a few collectibles, so that's good. And we can't just grab them with the camera either, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's not go too fast here. Let's just drop it into a nice 10 mile per hour, 12 mile per hour. Yeah, so he definitely takes longer to stop than Thomas does. He just slides. Okay, what's our next objective? The station. Looks like we've got a little ways we can go here, so we probably don't want to take it much above 20 miles per hour in this job. Just because of how slowly he stops. Alright, yeah, 20 miles an hour. We're just going to stick it at that.
On, faster, faster.
That's not good.
No.
They're
no,
pushing it.
Stop pushing.
Oh, that must be what happened yesterday, is that they're pushing him. I didn't realize they could do that because they're not engines. I've got the brake turned on, like, completely. It's also going downhill, so that's probably part of it. I mean, that's what happened yesterday. We're down to 20 miles an hour, so that's good. See if they keep pushing him. Okay, hopefully now that we're not going downhill anymore. When we get to this bridge, hopefully they stop pushing so much. I think we're okay now. And going over a nice little river. I think we're still kind of going downhill. We're 1 mile out, so definitely need to just stop now. Riveting gameplay here as we attempt to stop the trains from pushing too hard against us. Okay, there's the point down there. Actually, it's a little bit further away than that. So yeah, those trains are going to keep pushing. That's going to be a bit of an issue. Like, I guess we can just go out and explore, like, all of this little, like, countryside and stuff. Well, okay, never mind. We's under the map again. That happens quite a bit in this game, unfortunately. Hopefully we're not picking up too much speed. Oh, and there's also a little track over there to what looks like a down bridge. Or is it a ferry? It looks like it's a ferry. Wonder if that'll be a mission later on, possibly. Alright, we're at least getting a little bit closer. Okay, so yeah, like, there's one right there on the little ferry, but I don't think we can get out of the train right now because they keep pushing. Oh, no, we can. Okay. Probably not safe, but that's fine. Let's go grab it. Well, that's good. At least we're finding some collectibles this time. Of course, close the cab door for safety purposes. Alright. Maybe they stopped pushing on us, which is good. Maybe we can actually just drive normally for a second. What would even be the point of that ferry, though? Why won't you just take this line? Okay, that's going a little too fast. Yeah, there's gonna need to be people that make collectible guides for this game. This is a rather large open world. And I can't switch those while I'm... Okay, that's unfortunate. I was hoping maybe I could do that. Well, we're going to end up failing, I think, because he will not slow down for some reason at all. Yep, that's Percy. And he won't slow down at all because he's being pushed by the troublesome trains. Oh, thank God. Okay. I was worried that we were about to get screwed there. Alright, let's take it as slow as possible here. Alright, they're no longer pushing because we're not going downhill anymore, so we should be fine. Oh yeah, I had him stopped, but he's getting pushed on by the cars behind him, which was the problem. And we were going downhill, which didn't help. And I really don't want to fail the mission because in this game, there are no checkpoints, at least not on the PS5 version. There are no checkpoints. So I really don't want to fail missions if at all possible. So I found that one out the hard way yesterday with some of these levels.
Phew, that was close, said Percy. Now that's enough from you trucks. I've had enough trouble today.
I agree.
Spoil sport.
Yeah, I'm not the one eating ass. I'm not the one eating Percy's ass, so... So you're really the losers here. And hello to Thomas. He actually didn't say anything to us, surprisingly. And there are buckets there for some reason. Alright, so we can go a little bit faster here, but we can't get up super fast. This is making me really kind of want to play Lionel 3D Ultra Deluxe Train Town. Freaking love that game. Okay, so we still got 300 yards. Because that's just a sign. I thought for a second that might be a collectible. No, you're not the only one that showed up. You're just the only one currently talking. Unless for some reason, well, it always switches to top chat for some reason and not live chat, so... Go ahead and fix that. Okay, we're actually good through this sign for once. So we can speed up a little bit. There's one guy here yesterday that's also playing the game. And there was another guy that was in here yesterday that's playing the game on PC, and he's the one that helped me find out that apparently there's no checkpoint feature on this version when there is on the PC version for some reason. Looks like we're still good for the moment. Nothing on the bridge. God, are we gonna have to, like, navigate every single, like, little road in all the towns and stuff? Or are all the collectibles gonna be more in, like, stations and everything? Because if they're in, like, major areas, they're not gonna be that bad for finding. But some of the areas, if we have to really go out and explore a lot, it can actually be challenging to find all of them. I don't really see anything here. And perfect stop here. 1 mile an hour, we are good. Yeah, hopefully they're all just, like, at stations and stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if they hide a few of them out in the middle of nowhere. My favorite engine, yours is Thomas. Thomas is the main one that I remember. I used to know them all a lot better, though, because, I mean, I was huge into Thomas the Tank Engine stuff when I was a kid. All the train stuff. And trains are still badass as hell. We're about to enter a tunnel here, but thankfully we have a go-ahead light. So we should be good to go for now. Definitely don't want to exceed 30 miles an hour, though. Alright. We're going fast enough now, so I'm not going to exceed that speed. It'll just take us slightly longer to actually get to the next area. I'd rather be safe on it because, again, there's no checkpoints in this game, so... I think we need to start slowing down. This is the smoke coming at us from while we're inside of a tunnel. I hope that's not giving anyone a seizure. There's the exit. We might keep it at 20 miles an hour here just in case the troublesome trains decide to be a little bit problematic again. And try to start speeding me up or something like they seem to be doing. Either that or Percy just is able to speed up on his own, maybe. Get that as slowed down as we can. Alright, we actually got another go sign for once, which is good. Yeah, it's because they're steam engines. A type of train that sadly doesn't really exist anymore. I mean... we use trains in this country for various things, mostly for shipping cargo more so than passengers. That was one thing that was so awesome about Japan was just the train system was just fantastic. Alright, I'm going to start slowing us down again. I really don't want to take any risks. I know that you're watching this live because you're commenting live. You're commenting on the game as I'm playing it. we need to start slowing down a little bit as we start to get a little bit closer. With him just randomly gaining speed like that, I don't really like that. I bet that there's... Yep, I can actually see a collectible out there. I don't know if I can actually... Yeah, I can see a collectible out there, but I don't think I can stop fast enough to get out there. Alright, we gotta go at a fairly reasonable speed here so we don't end up, wrecking when we get to the next area. But I can see a collectible out there, so... Little gold-colored thing. Pigs. I wonder if there's any collectibles on the farm. I wonder when we're gonna get a Wii version of Barnyard to get an achievement list. I'm sure we'll get one at some point because we're getting so many achievement lists right now for Wii games on Retro Achievements. It's crazy. That's just been flooding the site for over a day. Both the Galaxy games, Wii Sports, so many other things. Alright, we can go back up to 20 miles an hour for a moment. Alright, so this is a long mission because there's still another stop after this one. So I can see the speed check coming up there. Right, when we get to 500 yards, we gotta start braking pretty heavily. What I mean by that, I'm talking about Retro Achievements, the website where you get achievements in classic, older games. Try to keep it a little under 20 miles an hour. I really, again, don't want to risk having to restart the mission over something stupid. Alright. Let's go ahead and slow it down. Alright, 6 miles an hour is perfect, because we can stop. Over one of the rivers, I think there's multiple on the island. Which, why are we stopping here? I thought we were transporting coal. Yeah, we are transporting coal. Or, maybe not coal, but something else, so... I don't know why we needed to stop here. I guess it was just to slow down enough so we could go through there. Alright, next check is in half a mile. Oh, we got another stopper, so we gotta be careful here. Alright, that's fast enough. Like there might be collectibles hidden here, but I know there's 4 different types of collectibles, and I've only seen 2 of them so far. The conductor hats, and what was the other one? The storybooks. Sportsfield Halt is what it says. This is good, though. We'll be able to stop in time, so we should be fine. But again, like, you gotta know that little kids playing this game aren't playing this game for the idea of driving a train slowly and safely. They're playing it so that they can try to drive the train as fast as possible around the world. And just mess around with stuff. Okay, we can go a little faster than that. So 10 miles an hour here is probably the best option. Because again, we do not want to risk having to restart this long, long mission. Nine miles an hour, we're perfectly fine. You still know Thomas and Friends? I know a little bit of it. I mean, it's been a long time, in all honesty. Nowadays, anything train-related I have is Legos. But I grew up so heavily on it. Everything to do with Thomas, like the toys mainly, the train sets. The little, like, Brio-compatible trains and stuff. Or they might have been actually Brio trains that were just partnered with Thomas the Tank Engine. Alright, let's see if this one changes when we get close to it. It did. Perfect. We can't go too much further, though. Speed it up just a little bit. Alright. The all engines go thing is so horrible, I don't know what that is. Is that like a catchphrase? Because again, it's been so long since I've seen anything with Thomas. Hey, sweet, I did, and that is really sad. Because, I mean, I know that yesterday, when they first started talking that he was hospitalized, it was all just the memes of people being like, Chuck Norris punched, Chuck Norris went to the hospital and then punched the virus or whatever out of him, or the medical emergency out of him. But no, unfortunately no. We never forget, the legend that allowed the Globo Gym team to fight the Purple Cobras in the National Dodgeball Association Championship on the Ocho, which they would go on to win in an absolutely fantastic classical movie that supposedly is finally getting a sequel after, like, however many years it's been. Yeah, my name's Zach. Hey, Cassie. Yeah, that was super sad, though. Very sad news. Got the platinum last night for Yakuza Pirates in Hawaii. Nicely done. Nicely done. We're down by... well, I think Clemson's going to lose that game, but that's good for my bracket. 9 days after his birthday. I mean, he was old, though. He was pretty old. Though I'm honestly surprised he didn't live even a little bit longer. He seemed like he was still in pretty good health. I don't know what the sudden medical emergency was, though. I don't think they've released any information on that. It's like the same thing with how everyone thinks that Keanu Reeves is immortal and has been various people throughout history because he resembles them. Alright, 30 miles an hour is perfectly acceptable. I'm assuming we can't go up and fly a plane, though. That would be fun if we could. Hopefully this is about the last stop of this one. Where are we going now? I honestly don't know anymore. Because we've been on this job for 25 minutes at this point. This is a long one. And I'm going to start slowing down. Now, with Keanu, it's a joke that people made up. Like, it's, I guess, a meme that people made up where it's like... There have been people in history that looked a lot like him. Like, one of the old, like, Roman emperors and one of the popes and a bunch of other people. That people joke looked a lot like him, so they just joke that he's immortal. That's a newer meme, but it's one I know I've read before. Okay, we are... Oh, this is probably it then. The shipyard. Yep, this is it. This is probably it. Let's slow down. Plan on doing Yakuza 6 next. First gonna get the Crew 2 and the Evil Within 2 done. Sounds good. Does the Crew 2 have multiplayer? I can't remember if it does or not. Alright, this is it. So, since we're all the way at the end of this mission, let's go ahead and finish this thing. Not have to replay this one. Because that was a really long mission. Let me see if there's any collectibles scattered around. We now have found 2 of the collectible types, hats and the little storybook things. Using cheats for Evil Within. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So it does have online. Okay, yeah, I would say get that done sooner rather than later, because that game's like 10 years old now, isn't it? So how does Percy get out of this? I guess they can switch the track up ahead and he uncouples or something. 2, technically 3 multiplayers. That's not awful, though, as long as they're not anything too crazy. Okay, mission cleared.
Percy arrived at the harbour just in time.
That was a long one.
Topham Hatt was waiting for him.
Sir Topham Hatt.
Well done, Percy. Right on time, he said. I've heard you've had quite a difficult day today. But you got all your work done and once again proved what a really useful engine you are.
Hi, Freddy.
Oh, thank you, sir, puffed Percy.
Grew up as a Thomas fan, that's for sure. And still love trains to this day.
For all your hard work, I'm sending you to the works for a shiny new coat of green paint.
Just got the Days Gone plat.
Percy.
Nice, nice. The end's such a grind with all the hordes and skill points. Nicely done, though. So that was a 2-parter mission. It's all done, finally. That was a really long one, but it's done, thank God. Alright, back to the main menu. That's supposed to be Sir Topham Hatt. It is. Okay, so here we still have a shunting challenge to do. Here is nothing, except for exploration. So we can just go in and explore the towns. Elsbridge is done. So we can either do another shunting challenge or a first shunting challenge. That's a lot of missions, actually. Which, a couple of these missions might technically be DLC. Because I bought the deluxe edition of the game, because of course I did. I want to say the James missions might be DLC, so we're not really going to focus on those. Let's try out a shunting challenge. I don't know what this is going to be like. Yeah, I don't know what this is going to be like, so we just have to move cars around. Oh god, this is going to require thinking.
Welcome to the shunting challenge. As you can see, these trucks are all out of order and need to be put back into their proper places. You should try to get the truck shunted in as few moves as possible to increase your score.
Oh dear god, this is going to require actual critical thinking, isn't it? Okay, I need to think about this, actually. This is going to require actual critical thinking. Where's number 1? I see 2, 3 is right here. 4, 5, 6, and 7. I don't see... Okay, there's 8. Oh, dear God, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the ass, I can already tell. And I bet I manually have to switch the tracks, don't I? Okay, first and foremost, though, I gotta figure out where 1 is. Is it over there? Looks like it might be. It might just be hidden. I don't care if I crash here. I'm just trying to figure out... Okay, that is 1. Okay, okay.
Being added on in the Brenner Area K Season 20, I think he's the most important. I think that it is unfair to not have any checkpoints as is targeted toward children.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I don't know if the tracks are going to switch automatically, though. Are the tracks going to switch automatically like they do in the story? They are not. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the butt. This is going to be a pain in the ass. We're going to actually have to get out and manually switch the tracks. At least in 3D Ultra Lionel Train Town Deluxe, you could switch them just by clicking them on the screen. Yeah, it is cruel. Like, yeah, I mean, technically Thomas is for all ages. But at the same time, this game was clearly probably marketed towards children. And it's a lot more complicated than I would have expected. And then I'm going to have to somehow turn around and get to 8, actually. No, this is not going to be fun. This is going to be a pain in the ass, is all it is. Okay, so most of the train cars are right there, so all of them are relatively close to one another. Okay, we want to make sure not to accidentally go all the way down a hill. Oh, well. We don't die from that in this version, so that's kind of nice. So maybe we're actually allowed to bonk into things. I don't know how long this is going to take, actually. There's thankfully only 3 of these in the game, so... We only have to do this 3 times. And then getting out of the camera can be kind of annoying. Okay. Switch the junction. Hopefully that sends us in the right direction. It did. Perfect. Okay. So that should get us going straight here. And that should also have us going left. Maybe, does it? There we go. Okay, so we at least got that part done. So we're at least going to get into the main train yard.
That failure in the Thomas Goes Fishing was terrible. Thought you were going to going at a good speed by the buffers.
Yeah, I thought so too, and apparently I wasn't. But like the guy was saying yesterday, this game is probably overall meant to be more for like actual rail fans and stuff, and people who like simulators. Because the last thing I was expecting in an open world game about talking trains was realism. Who made me play this game? I chose to play this game. I just wasn't expecting actual realism in it. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna grab them all. So that's 1, 2. Then we loop back to get 3. Then we come back here to get 4, 5. Then we go back there to get 6. 7's here, and then 8's in the other area. The problem is, what exactly is gonna count with this? Why don't I want to play this? Because I loved Thomas the Tank Engine growing up. And I heard it was an open world Thomas the Tank Engine game. And made me think of that, the open world Thomas the Tank Engine game that was on PC. The one where you actually had to, like, strap a special controller to the keyboard. Okay, I think I see sort of what we're going to be doing here. Got some ideas of how we're going to be doing this. Because we're going to grab 1 and 2, and then we can loop right back over to 3. So then we have to come back here to 4, which shouldn't be that much of an issue. Okay, so that takes us left. Then we need to go all the way over. Okay, so that takes us to there. I'm going to go ahead and set all of them now while we can. That one's good already. And that one's good already. So we should just be good to go on in. How long is live going to be? I don't know yet. We will see. Usually it goes like 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so we don't want to go in too quickly, of course. I don't want to risk causing an accident. That should take us all the way up to cars 1 and 2. Oh, no, 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 no! I went on the wrong one. It's the other one. I miscalculated on that one. So then we'll loop back into here to get 4. And this is going to require actual serious thought. Found a few more games with unobtainable plats on your profile, so that's great. Oh, that sucks. I'm going to try not to crash if at all possible. Unfortunately, I have a few unobtainable plats too. Yeah, I have a few as well, unfortunately. Hasbro Family Game Night, Homefront, which I really would have loved to have had Homefront because that's such a rare platinum. And it absolutely is one I would have gone for, you know, in my era of actually, like, going for platinums and, like, really going back and finishing games. Unfortunately, I started trophy hunting a little too late to finish that one. Because I think I could have done it. I could have self-boosted a lot of it with 2 consoles, most likely. Now, there's still... That one had a 6... Actually, that one I think had a 32-player trophy, if I remember correctly. Oh, that's not fun. Does that mean I'm... Okay. That changes things a bit. I have to uncouple the cars, potentially, that are in between. Is that what I have to do? Yes, it is. Oh, this is gonna take a really long time. Yeah, if I have to manually uncouple cars and switch them around. Oh, that's gonna take a while. The difference is in something like Lionel Traintown, you could do everything just by clicking. And that was the whole thing with that game, is you could just do everything by clicking. Like clicking the mouse on stuff. Alright, well at least they gave us an entire shunt over here that's completely unused. So we can just drop off any cars that we don't need in this shunt. Mostly gonna stay with 2, maybe 3,000. I mean, thankfully I only have like a few hundred unobtainables, maybe like 1 to 200, because it's just those 2 games plus Uncharted 3. Okay, so yeah, the good thing is they gave us an entire shunt rail here. So I'm going to move them up a little bit, just to give myself some more space. So yeah, thankfully they did give us an entire rail for shunting. So that's at least generous compared to something like Traintown, which didn't always do that. Okay, so now we can just quickly back it up. And now we can go grab car number 1. What is that in Percy? I don't know. It's my character, I guess. Okay, so I can at least get car 1 here. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to have to think in my Thomas the Tank Engine game to this level. Some of the games you played as a kid or teen before you knew or cared about trophies. Same thing for me. Like, Hasbro Family Game Night I still hold to this day was not my fault that I couldn't get it done. It was only because, for some reason, the trophy guide did not list anything as unobtainable when I purchased the game, or else I would not have played it. Okay. So this time, we're going to uncouple that, and we're going to move the empty car over. We'll move the empty car over. We're moving all the empty cars over for now. Actually, I might go ahead and grab that one as well, just because I can. Yeah, actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and grab that one in front of 7, just because I can. That should speed things up later. The camera is honestly being a little bit of a problem. Okay, so we're going to grab car in front of 7 here. Just so we can get out of the way early. Yeah, this is giving serious Lionel Traintown vibes. Just with less favorable controlling. Because with that one, again, all you had to do was just click. And you could switch them, uncouple, all that kind of stuff. Didn't really care about trophies until you saw you only needed 5 or so in Uncharted 4. Oh, gotcha. Thomas is your favorite. It is a classic. It will forever be a classic. Okay, so we're going to do this just so we can speed things up later. And in fact, you know what I might as well do? I might as well go ahead and get all these empty cars off, actually. That might be the better option here. That might be the better play here. It might speed things up later. Less shifting now. Or more shifting now for less later. So what I can do here is uncouple car number 5 from everything else. Then we're going to take a couple of the empties up that line. And then we're going to drop 7 back on this line. I honestly don't know if this is actually going to be any faster, but we're going to try it this way. Okay, so we can remove 2 empty cars and put them on the extra line. Then move 7 back to this line. Or this line, I mean. Yeah, I want to remove all of the empty cars as much as possible. I do wish, though, that there was an easier way to move the switches than actually having to get out of the train. Like, this isn't necessarily, like, a hard puzzle. But it is just a very time-consuming one. That's the big thing here, is it's just very time-consuming. Okay, so switch that to the left. And then keep both of these going straight. That way we can at least get the bad cars out of the way. So we move those 2, then we put 7 back onto the line with 5, or one of the other lines. Then we can go get 2. After we dump off this other train car. I think once we do all the setup, we should be in pretty good shape. Because then we'll be able to pick up 4 and 5 pretty easily, once we get 3. Alright, slow down here. Don't want to risk any sort of penalty. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is good. This is good. So leave all the bad cars on that line. Uh-oh. There it goes. I don't know why it wasn't working there. I was worried we got a glitch there or something, but no, we're okay. We're okay. Okay, that separates us from several of them. So now we just need to move 7 onto a different line temporarily. So move 7 onto a different line, then we drop off these other 2 empties. Then we can really start working on things. Actually, this would be a perfect line to put this one on. Put 7 on the empty line here. Like WWE games would screw around with now unobtainable, that's true. Because those games go down really quickly. Okay. So now we can dump off 7 right here for now. Sometimes it doesn't want to uncouple immediately. So we dump 7 right here, we move those 2 to the other line. Yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. We're slowly getting there. It's a much longer process than it really has any right to be. So yeah, we send those 2 all the way up the line there. That rail's good. Switch that rail. I don't necessarily like the switching camera thing, because it does not work very well. Okay, we send these guys up the bad line. Okay, yep, they're set to go up that line. So I can drop them off. Then we'll have 1, then we can grab 2, then we can go back and get 3. We come back here to get 4. I'm not completely brain dead. I'm not completely brain rotted. Which, speaking of brain rot, apparently a bunch more of the shovelware games just got removed, which is actually great. Yeah, apparently a bunch more of the shovelware games got removed, which is always a good thing. I love how you can open it while it's still moving. Okay. Uncouple this when it decides to let me. So now we got 1, then we're going to have 2. Just purchased a copy of LEGO Dimensions for $20, 26 after tax and shipping. That's not too bad. Definitely not bad at all. Alright, so we'll grab 2. 3's back at the start. 4's over here. Then 5 is also here. 6 is back at the start. And 7 is over here, and 8's at the very end. We know where 8 is. Watch me find out I put them all in the wrong order, though, and it wanted me to go in the opposite numerical order without telling me. PS4 version is pricier. It's actually a little bit surprising, but... Well, no, PS3 games... Well, didn't GameStop just, like, officially declare PS3 stuff as vintage? Yeah, didn't they just do that? Or at the very least, I'll have all the numbered cars separated, but there might be some more shunting required if it's like, oh, you have them all, but they're in the wrong, like, opposite order or whatever. Which would be really dumb if that was true. Because it didn't specify how to couple them, it just said in order, and this is currently in order. Perfect. That's 2 down. It makes sense why it costs more on PS4 since more people are gonna... Yeah, that's also true. People want to play it on current gen. Okay, this is actually good. This is good. Alright, next up is 3. Which I think 3 is at the front of its line, which is good. I'm just trying to figure out what the configuration's going to be here. Okay, that one's good. It'll send us up to the right. And it's this one that'll need to be modified. Okay. So this is correct. This is the one that'll need to be modified so we can go down and get 3. So that'll send us to 3. There's a reason why Skylanders swap force on PS3 is 10 while it's 200 for PS4. And yeah, like, PS3 games nowadays are typically much cheaper. Okay, so we'll just have to uncouple 3 from this. What I may do, though, is since I'm currently here... yeah, I might as well go ahead and switch all of 6's other cars to this line, just to clear it for later. Might not be a bad idea, just go ahead and clear it for later. Because we'll be able to do a lot more shunting in this particular area if we need to. Okay, train, are you gonna stop moving anytime soon? Yeah, less people definitely care about most PS3 games. There are some that people still care about that sell for a lot, so... Come on, train, can you just grind to a halt, please? There's something called friction that should be stopping some of that. Okay, we got that. So this time... we're going to go back, and we're going to go ahead and get those cars out of the way. Because they're just in the way. I'd rather move them earlier in case something goes wrong. The good thing is, even if I have them in the wrong order, there's actually a very easy fix I can already see. I can just pull them onto this line right here, this area. And if I do that, I just pull them onto that little bit of track and then just run the opposite way as Percy and just spin him around. Should work, if it comes down to that. But technically they're in the right order. I mean, it didn't specify how it wanted it done. Okay, camera. Let's cooperate here, please. Still care about PS3. I mean, I still do too, but just definitely less people care about it. Okay, and let's make sure it's going to go straight. It's going to go straight. Actually, no, that's not what we want. We want that one to go to the left. And then this one to go to the right. Wait, no, hang on. We do want it to be this way. No, no we don't. No, we don't. Okay, we got it. Hey, TJ, what's up? More of the silly train game. Alright, so yeah, I want to go ahead and move these other cars out of the way, because honestly, it's going to be easier to get them out of the way now. And that way, if we fail the mission, I don't get set back quite as far. Like I said, there doesn't seem to be much in the way of punishment in this particular mode if you end up going a little too fast, which is good. Playing a lot more than PS5. Heck yeah, I mean, it's a great console. It gave us so many classics. Whoa. Wait. I can do this from the camera? I can uncouple from the camera? If so, that just made life a hell of a lot easier. Can I also move switches? Oh my god, I can move things from the camera. Okay, this just became a lot less frustrating. This just became a lot less frustrating. I didn't realize I could move things from the camera. It might have told me that at some point, but I just didn't pay attention. Okay, thank God. That is actually going to make this much easier. That's going to make this go a lot faster. Surprised no one was screaming that at me at the comments. Thank God, that's going to make this so much easier. And the unfortunate news that Chuck Norris, yeah, that's sad. He's up there with Bruce. That was sad, though. Very sad day. One of the all-time greats. Hey, Goran? Hey, Dave? I'm doing well. Now that I figured out that there are some different controls in this than I thought. So now, what we're going to want to do is retreat back into this area. And we're going to grab number 4 and then number 5. And they should both be separate right now. Make sure we're going down the right siding here. We are. Yeah, Bruce Lee. And we stop platinuming. No, I don't plan to stop platinuming this one, especially now that I figured out these shunting challenges. You can uncouple the cars and stuff without actually getting out. Never was a huge Chuck Norris fan, but have a lot of respect for him. And I love some of his movies. Even if it was more of just a cameo in some of them. Uh-oh. This is bad. We're going down a hill. This is very bad. I can't stop him. Even with full brakes on, I can't stop. Come on, they're not pushing me the way the other trains were. I should be able to stop fully. I have full brakes on here. I'm really worried about driving too far away and it fails the mission after all that work. Okay, no, it's about to stop. It's about to stop. Okay, that was close to disaster, but we're good. We're good. I don't care if it takes a couple minutes to get up the hill. That's totally fine. You're gonna have to find someone else that has a copy of Dimensions for PS4. Is there a multiplayer trophy? Okay, so 4 is this one, so... So grab 4, then we grab 5. Perfect. Then we go back and grab 6, which is already ready to grab. And then we come back and grab 7, which is already ready. And then we just couple them up to 8, and then we're done. So he forgot to take the listing off because he already sold it. Oh, that sucks. And yes, we do have to finish all 3 of these shunting challenges for the Platinum, if anyone was curious. Oh no, we're under the map again. Why does that keep happening? Oh, I didn't uncouple a couple of cars between here. Oops. Alright, we can bring 4 onto the same line as 5. That's fine. Do not want to start rolling down the hill again. And we're rolling down the hill again. Wonderful. No, this one only has 20 trophies, I believe. Okay, can we slow down here? Okay, good, there's a stopper there, but I hope it's not gonna... Uh-oh. Please tell me this isn't gonna fail the freaking mission. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. That's complete fucking bullshit. I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. The train would not stop moving, no matter what I did. The train would not stop. It would not slow down in the slightest.
To the shunting challenge.
That is not even remotely fair. That is complete bullshit.
You can see, these trucks are all out of order.
Complete and utter bullshit.
Need to be put back into their proper places.
Like, there's nothing I can do about that. The game just decided to fail me.
Shunted in as few moves as possible to increase your
The game just decided to fail me for no good reason. That ain't fair. That's some absolute BS. Half an hour plus of progress wasted. Yeah, this is no kid's game. This game is actually really difficult. For what it should be, at least. Because that's complete and utter bullshit. There was nothing I could do about that. He just had slightly too much speed, so we started rolling down the hill. And the game would not let me do anything about it. Okay, I wonder if it matters if you actually have the other cars as a part of this. Does that actually matter? Or is the only thing that matters getting them in order? If the only thing that matters is getting them in order, then I can probably speed this up. For real, that would piss you off more than Elden Ring. It doesn't piss me off more than Elden Ring. I'm just very surprised that they would make it that kind of unreasonable. Okay, so left. I'm going to try to do it that way and see if I'm allowed to just have extra cars and if the game actually cares or not. The game may actually just not care. So yeah, if the game just doesn't care, it might be okay. Because if I actually have to resort all the cars out, I'm going to do that off stream. Yeah, the buffer should keep you from going off the rails, but it doesn't. And the problem is, the open world free roam in this game is not actually open free roam like I thought it was. It forces you to take on missions, and you can go so... If you go too far, the game just fails you because you go out of bounds or whatnot. Which is not what anyone wanted for their Thomas the Tank Engine game. Okay, so now we're going to head back to where number 3 is. We're going to grab number 3, and we're just going to make a super long-ass train at this point. And just hope for the best, honestly. Hopefully the game allows you to do it that way. It doesn't say that you can't do it that way. And which line is he going to go down? Not the line I wanted him to go down. Of course not. Okay, which way does this actually need to go? I always get these confused. Which I won't take 3's baggage with me. There's no reason to. Let's see from the camp. It's not for kids, so why would a kid play it like that? Yeah, I guess it's not really fully a kid's game, unfortunately. So I assume this would be a pretty quick and easy platinum and a lot of fun, but honestly, it's just not what I'd expected. It's not that it isn't fun, but it's not what I expected. I went in with certain expectations, and that isn't what ended up happening. But thank God I can still do that. That actually makes life a lot easier. Being able to switch around like that, so being able to do that without actually going in is a lot better. Like switching around the cameras and stuff. So this will take us back up the line. Then we're going to go grab number 4. We are going to have to shunt 5 and 7 a little bit, though. Kids would have more fun playing Astrobot? Probably. It requires a lot less thinking. I mean, I've got this one figured out, but at the same time, it's a bit strict. And the question is, how am I going to get number 8 onto here? How am I going to get him coupled up last? Am I just going to have to shunt him around, probably? Okay. Uncouple them. Yeah, it doesn't say that we can't have other cars in the lineup. So now we're going to go down this line. So that one might already be set. No, it's not. So that one's set. So slow it down. One mile an hour. So that's going to send us back to these two, but we are going to have to move them around a little bit. We're going to have to pull 7 away and put it onto a different track. Okay, bring you on in. Have I gotten any trophies? Yes. I managed to get 1 trophy so far for finishing Percy's story. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to be allowed to go this way or not. I'm not sure if we have to just only have the cars. Or if we can have all of them. Yeah, I don't think a kid would enjoy this game. If you can't just free roam the island driving the train around, there's no way. Because that would be the big appeal to me when I was a kid, would be to do it that way. That would be my big appeal. Okay, so this time we're going to do that. And we're going to back the empty car. We're going to back 7 onto this line. We do need to shuffle them a little bit. And we're going to back them a ways down this line, because why not? Yeah, I don't think a kid would enjoy this that much. If you can't just straight up fully free roam the island as Thomas, that, I think, is going to be a deal breaker for a lot of children. Because that was kind of the main thing I was excited for with this game. Was the idea of, like, being able to free roam this the way you could in that one where you needed the extra, like, special controller to do it. But no, if you can't do that, then there's a lot less appeal to this. Alright, so now we're going to grab car number 5. I mean, technically, yes, kids might not play this particular game mode. But even so, if they decide they want to play it, they should be able to enjoy it. Okay, I need to shift all these just to make sure that we can get the trains out of here in the right direction. And, like, even, like I said, that Lionel Traintown game did this kind of a puzzle so much better. Because the trains would about stop on a dime. You could obviously fail the missions, but the trains would usually stop pretty much on a dime, so... And you could control them a little bit more easily. Okay, we got that. Alright, let's go back. Actually, wait a minute. I don't actually have to go back. I just realized I don't have to go back. I can go the other way. I forgot about that. I can just go back the other way. This will be easier. Yeah, this definitely was not made for kids. Definitely was not made with kids generally in mind. Not even that, I just don't think it would be fun for kids to play. Like, this seems like it's really just meant for people that are big into, like, Train Simulator. Like, that actual bigger game is what this really feels like. That's what we were talking about yesterday in chat, is it feels more like it was designed for that kind of an audience than anything else. He just stops so damn slowly. Okay, he doesn't have to go that far. Poor kids, they buy it because of Thomas, then find out how hard it is. Yeah, that's $50 or $40 you're not getting back. I mean, I don't mind this game. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind it, but I've always loved trains, and I'm not a 5-year-old child. Okay, so now we go straight on that. And that. And then that. And the game wants you to do like a time attack version of this, which is even crazier. Or it has like a time attack version of it. Now that's 6. That's 6. I think the 8 need to be in order. Yeah, you might be right. I think you are right. Okay, this is going to be absolutely miserable then. Yeah, I think you might actually be right now that I look at it. Which, that's honestly incredibly dumb, that it has to be that specific. Alright, let's dump off the cars that we can. Yeah, and something like Train Town, you can get through stuff like this way faster. Now, some of those jobs are significantly harder than anything in this game, though, which is what's crazy. Yeah, I think you might be right on that, so... Okay, so now... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to back 5 down this line. We're going to throw out those 2 cars. Okay, I should be able to just shunt them all right here, at least some of them. I really don't mind it, it's just the fact that it's not what I was expecting going in. And, like, if you wanted an actual train sim type game, people are probably happy, but that's just not what I was going into this expecting. Alright, let's back these two in. This is gonna work, though. This'll work. It'll take a few extra minutes, but it'll work. It will work. Thank God I don't have to actually get out of the train every single time, though. If I did have to do that, I'd probably be crying right now. But thankfully, I don't actually have to get out of the train every single time. So I can shunt these around pretty easily. That's not that big of a deal. I think it was stated that it had to be 1 to 8 on that. It didn't make things clear. It was definitely not clear with the instructions. It just says do it in order, and it doesn't say anything beyond that. Okay, so let's back 4 onto that line. And we are going to have 1 extra car there, but we can move that one around as needed. Oh, okay, never mind, never mind. It decided not to work. Okay, hang on a minute. It chose not to work there. That's wonderful. I switched the tracks, didn't switch them like it was supposed to, so that's great. Yeah, it just has to be coupled into the correct order. Ah, the junctions are super weird sometimes. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we put 4 into this. Okay, perfect. So then we're going to drop those 2 up there. This is going to work, though. This is going to work. Okay, let's back these on up. So as long as we're going under 5 miles an hour, it should be fine. I don't think you can crash it under 5. Okay. Now we drop 2 and 3 onto here, and drop off the one between 1 and 2. And then we just have to drop off the one between 5 and 6. And then we're basically good to go. The train should be stopping a little more easily now, too, so... Let's go ahead and back this up a little bit, just in case we need to use this line for more later. Okay, that'll work. Okay, move forward. Got a couple more cars to dump. Okay, move this one back. I don't know what the speed run for this is. There's no wonder why the fastest times for this game are like over a day. Certainly not as simple as I was hoping for it to be. Okay. And move forward again. One more switch off to do and then we're good. Okay, switch one back onto that line. Dump the empty car. We got one more empty car to dump and then we're good. Again, thank God we can do this uncoupling this way, or else this would be literally, like, impossible if you had to do it the other way. Okay, back it on up. Perfect. Alright, we got it now. Okay, back it up one more time here. And actually, we are going to need to switch it one other time after this because I do have one extra between 5 and 6, so I am going to have to switch that. Okay, move them forward. That should be the last one we put on this shunt, though, so we should be good. Gonna be cutting a little bit close on space, but it should be fine. Okay, one more backing, and then we're good. When you're playing God of War now on PS3, that sounds like a lot more fun probably than this, but it depends on which God of War. Okay. Now we're good. So now we're just going to get number 7. So after this we get number 7, then we just have to get number 8. Then we're done. Even God of War is easier. I don't know. Don't some of those games have some pretty hard challenges to them? Okay, that's 6. So now we go get number 7. And then we just get number 8, and then it says we're done at that point, I think. We better be, because this is kind of ridiculous how much this is asking for one of these. And there's 3 of these, by the way. There's 3 of these missions. 3 of these stupid shunting missions. Which is just honestly insane. They take so freaking long to do. So now we gotta go and get number 7. Gotta make sure that Percy isn't gonna crash into the wrong train line. Nope, we're good. And 7, of course, has another train there. Wonderful, so we're gonna have to shunt that one as well. God of War 1 is hard for the Plath challenges, and the trilogy suck, though, especially the first and second games. Second game you can save. Okay, we need to slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Okay, that's good. That's good. Ones and 2 are about the same in difficulty. Right, come on, we gotta finish a shunting challenge tonight. Okay. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. And then we get to shunt some more because wonderful. Okay, so we're going to shunt him again. I'm going to use this one to do it. Okay, we're good. So let's retreat. Really isn't too bad if you roll through the enemies you don't need to kill. Okay. I wouldn't know because I haven't played any of those older ones. So now we gotta figure out what to do about number 8. Okay, you gonna let me uncouple, or is that not an option now? Okay, so for this one, I gotta figure out what the strategy's gonna be for this. I actually need to go into free aim here for a second. Let's make sure he can't roll. Okay, so if he goes down that track, he should be able to back in. So that's probably the path we need to take. Okay, yeah, that's probably the path we need to take. So we need to go up and then back down and onto that line. Or, actually, what we can do is just go back as 7 and turn on the line there. Actually, is probably a safer option. Alright, let's back it on into 7. Things that help you from doing the challenges. So it's one of those games. Do it enough times, you start to get a few rewards. Okay, so grab this. Then honestly, it's just going to be faster to go backwards here and then just loop. So we're going to back our train up and we're going to take this lane on the far left, which is one of these. Okay. That should have us going full steam ahead. I think we got it, though. I think we got it this time. As long as nothing stupid happens, we've got it. At least this series is pulling in a decent amount of viewership compared to some of the ones I've been doing recently. Then make sure he's going to turn the right way. He's not. Of course he's not. Go backwards, Percy. We are not risking going off the cliff there. I thought I had it switched correctly. Apparently did not. Okay, so now it's set that way, so... Okay, there we go. Assume we can get up to about 20 miles an hour. We should be fine on this path, so... This one's going to take us all the way down here, then we turn back around and we grab number 8. We shunt a little bit if needed, and we're good. Okay, well this sucks because there's 3 of these challenges in the game. This is only the first one. Now, I don't know if that necessarily means the other ones are harder or not. That's a hill. That's bad. Hills are very bad. I have to make sure we don't go down the hill. Okay, we should be fine. Okay, perfect. This should send us straight back into the area that we need to go into. Random patch of grass up there. I wonder if that's explorable. Because I gotta be thinking about collectibles, because this game has a lot of collectibles in it. It has like 80 of them, and they're not on the train tracks. They're out and about while exploring on foot. Which is really weird. I don't see why at least some of them wouldn't be just directly on the tracks. And I also still don't see why there's not a free explore mode that actually is true freely explore. The only so-called free explore allows you to take on, like, jobs and stuff, but not actually, you know, drive around the island at your leisure. And just see what the world looks like. And I'm probably going to have to do some shunting here, aren't I? Almost certainly the game's not going to be nice enough. Okay, the track's straight there. Which is good. Switch that one to the right. And that one's actually straight, so I think we're actually okay, because, yeah, it is the first car, okay. So I think we're almost done with this, finally. This was awful. I really don't... I mean, I don't hate this. Let me be clear, I don't hate this, but, like, it's just not what I was expecting going into this game, is the whole big part of this. It's just not what I was expecting. Now, I might be able to speedrun this Platinum on the other version, but that is certainly not something I'm doing anytime in the near future, most likely. Got it. Thank God. That was terrible. That's... It's not even that it's terrible, it's just so damn time-consuming. Oh, thank God it's done. So that's one less mission I have to do in the future. So that's everything from Elson Bridge, that's everything from here, and that's everything from here. So that's 3 areas done. I'm not doing another shunting challenge tonight, that's for sure. So we can do a story mission. Or a story mission. Or several story missions. We're going to skip the James missions because I think they're DLC. But after those, though, I think that's a large majority of the story because there's a mission there. There's a mission there. And there's a mission and a shunting challenge there with Diesel. Alright, I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. We are not done for tonight, but I'm going to go use the bathroom. We've gotten like 1 trophy so far tonight, which is just so impressive. I'll be right back, though. Gonna pee. We'll be right back to playing some more of Thomas. Okay, much needed. I am quickly checking something on ESPN here, though. Holy fuck! I gotta show this off real quick. This is something I never would have imagined in my life. I'm gonna show this off real quick. Look at this. I've got a March Madness bracket in the top 9,000 in the world. That's fucking insane. So Kansas should win that game. UConn will probably win that game. Miami should win that one. I don't care that much about March Madness, but if I legit have a top, 10,000 bracket, that's insane. That's actually fucking insane. That is absolutely insane, actually. That was not on my bingo card for this year. Top 10,000 bracket in the world? Like, what the actual fuck? I don't even know basketball that well. And that one's done, so... Okay, no shunting challenges, of course. Golden and the Troublesome Trucks of Terra. 3 more and then Plat. Oh, you got the Iron Man trophy. Very nicely done. Sir Topham Hat. Sir, I like a new hat.
Troublesome trucks. Maintenance is an important part of keeping a railway running safely. Tracks need to be fixed and points must be mended to ensure the safety of people and engines. Early one morning, Sir Topham Hatt arrived at Tidmouth Sheds to make an important announcement. Some maintenance work is being done on a section of the main line between Marron and Kelsthorpe Road. So I've decided it will be safer for all of you if we close that part of the line until the work is complete. This means that many of you will have to do different jobs, so we can keep things running smoothly. But I'm sure you will all manage. Thomas and Emily, please look after the passengers and make sure they can still reach their destinations without confusion or delay. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Engines.
That's awesome, though. Hopefully you can get that done really soon, then.
Thomas's branch line. Yes, sir, he replied. Then Sir Topham Hatt turned to Gordon. And I have an important job for you too, Gordon, he said. The workmen need some supplies delivered to the work site. So whilst the other engines are busy, I will need you to deliver them. But sir, what about the express? Unfortunately, we've had to cancel all express trains whilst the work is being carried out. We can't have high-speed trains passing through an area that's being repaired.
Hey, you care more about safety than my employer.
Cancelled? But sir, you can't cancel the express. It's the most important service on the island, and far more important than delivering...
So I suppose its slave master cares more about safety than my employer does, so that's impressive.
I know how much the express means to you, but it's far more important right now that we get the line repaired as soon as we can. You can go back to pulling the express once the work has been completed. Oh, if I must. And with that, Sir Topham Hatt turned and headed off to attend to other things. What's Sir Topham Hatt thinking? Making me take dirt.
Oh, he's one of those special pompous trains, isn't he?
He's just trying to make sure that the railway keeps running smoothly.
Yeah, he's one of those very pompous, pristine trains.
Said Emily.
He does not carry the ugly cargo. He only carries the most exquisite personnel. I have no idea what accent that turned into. It was supposed to be British, but it certainly was not British.
Goods trains are just not suitable for a grand engine
Yeah,
like me.
he's just special. He's just...
It wouldn't be dignified.
That's below him. He's just too fancy for that.
Come on now. The workmen are expecting these trucks to be delivered, and we don't want to delay things any further.
Oh, all right. The sooner we
Oh
get
no,
this
you
done,
have to do grunt work for literally one day of your fucking existence. Whatever will you do? Bitch, what do you think I have to do multiple times a week? Grunt work. And I do it. I complain about it sometimes because it's a waste of resources at times, but in this case it's not a waste of resources. So you need to just man up, sir. It's one day of something that you don't want to do. I wake up and do something I hate doing almost every day out of the week. So grow the hell up. Man up. Quit being a little pussy about it. And besides, I like driving this train because he's so freaking fast. Like, he's harder to stop, but he's so freaking fast. Yeah, buddy, I have to get up and do something I hate doing every single fucking day. You don't hear me whining about it every single day. I mean, you probably do if you hear me on stream, but still. I'm a human. You're a fucking train, so your opinion doesn't matter. I will have to start slowing him down early, though, because he takes a while to slow down. Oh, shit, yep. It's giving me a wait. I wish he had told me that earlier. I don't know why he didn't tell me that a little bit earlier. Alright, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Shot getting this all done without boosting. That's awesome, though. The less boosting you have to do, the freaking better. Alright, I might overshoot this one. Might have gone a little bit too... Oh, no, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. 4 miles an hour, we're good. I'll be able to stop if I have to, but hopefully it'll just pass me through. And it does. Still getting fairly close, though, so I don't want to go too terribly fast here. Oh, he's outside the building. And we got stop sticks coming up, so let's slow down. Alright, let's slow it on down. You want to do it without boosting? I love being able to get through games without boosting. I'm just not that skilled at most multiplayer games. And I'm kind of having to. 11 vehicles? Wow, that's a lot, actually, for this game. And it's the troublesome trucks, which means they're going to cause trouble. Yeah, it's the troublesome trucks, which means trouble is awaiting me. There goes a plane. I'd much rather be in a plane. Probably be a little more fun. Alright, let's slow it on down. Two groups you joined sucked anyway. Oh, yep, I've been in that scenario plenty of times. Bad boosting groups suck. Yeah, these guys are going to cause problems. They look a little bit mischievous.
Gordon was still sulking when he arrived at the yard. The trucks eyed him with interest.
What's this great blue galloping sausage doing in our yard?
They shrieked.
We want a proper engine like Henry or Edward.
I don't want to know why your sausage would be blue. That sounds like a really exotic STD.
You have got me today the fastest engine on Sodor, and I'll have no nonsense from you.
We'll give him nonsense.
Real funny.
But Gordon didn't hear them.
Oh, you like eating Gordon's ass today? Yeah, the way this looks, you're eating Gordon's asshole. So I guess you're not that happy. You don't like old man asshole? You don't like being a human centipede with the old man here? If you cry about it, I'll stick you to me longer. Yeah, that's the one thing I do like about driving Gordon is that he's super, super fast. Lol, yeah. Maybe I'll make that into a short. I'm eating Gordon's asshole. I don't enjoy it at all. It's the human centipede, but with Thomas the Tank Engine trains. I probably ruined someone's childhood with this. Because I probably have some children watching. I'm not going to go any faster, though, in case I have to slow down. I'm only going to go up to 60 at most. I had to get through Black Ops 3 Unrealistic. Didn't group any other ones after the first two missions. Oh, gotcha. Honestly, I still don't think Realistic is that bad. I think it's very much overblown. Especially if you play it in co-op. Like, in co-op, I feel like it's going to be really kind of easy. Well, not easy. Not easy. But not anywhere near as hard as people make it out to be. One group ignored you, the other stopped talking after day. God, it's like me with fucking Dead Rising. I had so many issues with both Dead Rising 2 and Off the Record with trying to get the boosting done. Which I talked about it heavily in the Dead Rising 2 video, which is still probably my most viewed trophy video, or what... my most viewed, like, modern-style trophy video. Alright, let's start slowing down. I'm the most trouble with Wolverine and Winter Soldier. I mean, I don't know necessarily what any other trophies actually are, because I never played the game, never had any real interest in it. I also find it hilarious how someone uploaded a guide for High Guard after the game came out and shut down. Yeah, there's a trophy guide up for High Guard now, even though the game was shut down by the time it published. Which someone did the same thing, I think, for Concord, which at least it's a nice piece of gaming history, a nice piece of lost media type of thing. Alright, this is good. We're not going too fast into here. And then it just tells me to keep going, for some reason. Oh yeah, you saw that in PSP. It's hilarious. It's like, the game shut down, but here's a trophy guide for it afterward. And Concord, I think, did the exact same thing. I think that game, The Culling 2, might even have a guide. It was the shortest-lived video game of all time online. I think it even has a guide. Choo-choo, motherfuckers! Choo-choo! The troublesome trucks are not used to such speed! I gotta be ready to slow down quickly. Nope, we're still good. Tried at a place called Mashed Burger. Stuff was pretty good. Nice, nice. Had a bit today. Gotta get back to dieting tomorrow. Well, you just finished Ramadan, so you deserve to have a cheat day to eat whatever you want. And a lot of it. I don't see anything wrong with that. Been fasting for a month. So I don't blame you. Just enjoy some food for a day. I'm going a lot faster than I would have liked. Uh-oh. I think we're going to overrun this one. Oh, no, we might not. We might be okay. We might be okay. We're good. We're good.
Soon Gordon reached the bottom of the hill. As he started to climb, he noticed the train felt heavier and realized the trucks had started their tricks.
What kind of tricks could they possibly do?
Hold back, they cried.
So they're just going to be obnoxious assholes is what you're saying. That's actually not that big a deal, though. I'd rather them slow me down than speed me up the way they did last time. Because if they slow me down, at least I have a much less chance of running over the final, like, point on the level. I'd rather them slow me down. Yeah, I'd rather them slow me down, honestly, because that's a lot less of a threat than speeding things up. Let him slow me down a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, that's not even harmful. That's actually something that for once isn't harmful at all. I'd much rather that than them, like, trying to speed up the train. Yeah, that's much easier to deal with. More of this, please. More of these. Yeah, more like this, please. This is actually kind of pleasant. Something simple. An objective that actually doesn't hurt me.
Gordon struggled on. Finally managed to reach the top of the hill.
That wasn't much of a climb.
On, faster, faster.
Cried the trucks, and they surged forward, pushing Gordon down the hill.
Uh-oh. That's more worrying.
Please stop.
Cried Gordon in alarm.
That's a little more worrying. I stopped.
Well done, driver.
You stopped the trucks. I'll have no more trouble from you trucks, said Gordon firmly. We have got these goods to deliver.
I think the ass eaters will do whatever they want.
You always have to spoil the fun.
I suspect the ass eaters will do whatever they want. I mean, seriously, it's exactly what it looks like. It looks like fucking Human Centipede. And if I get to ruin at least one person's childhood, that makes the joke worth it. We're not going to go any faster because of how slow it, or how long it takes him to slow down. Next Sunday, gonna smoke your first cigar. Ooh, okay, birthday's in 9 days. Very fun. What you gonna get for your birthday, you think? Let's just slow it down a little bit. We're not in any rush here. Try to keep it at about 30 miles an hour. Oh, don't know yet. Gotcha. I have never smoked anything. Cigar, cigarettes, marijuana, none of that. Crack or cocaine, whichever one you smoke. I think you smoked one of them. That was a Breaking Bad thing, right? Or was that meth? I don't know. Gonna change your mind on stuff you want nowadays. Fair enough. I don't even know what I'm gonna want for my birthday at this point. Nothing I can think of off the top of my head unless there's a game I want to pick up then. But I don't even know what's coming out this fall because it's like several games coming out now. There's Tamagotchi Life comes out in April. I'm buying that day one. And fuck Call of Duty. Call of Duty sucks now, so I don't want the next Call of Duty. I don't know, maybe it'd be an excuse to pick up Death Stranding 2 or something. Because that's an actually very good game. Or maybe there'll be another Astrobot game out by then. Maybe they'll reveal a new Astrobot game soon. Because I feel like we haven't heard anything from Team Asobi recently, so back in your day when you were a kid, you wanted toys, now you take an expensive stock. Fair enough. I mean, for me, even, like, good clothes, good food, and a good meal, honestly, sometimes mean more. Back in 2015 or 16, you'd ask for $100 in Bitcoin. Oh my god, yeah, you'd be set for frickin' life. Or at least for quite a while. But no one knew that Bitcoin was going to take off back then. Most people didn't. 12.5 million if you sold it at its highest. Hey, it's just the thing, it's like no one knew it was going to do that. And if you could travel back in time, that's like the biggest piece of advice I would give anyone. Invest all of your money into Bitcoin in like 2010. You'll come out a gazillionaire.
Gordon soon arrived at the worksite, and the workmen were pleased to see him. "Thank you for bringing these supplies, Gordon," said a workman. "Now we
Gordon?
can finish up these repairs."
You're most welcome.
puffed Gordon proudly. And with that, Gordon headed back to the sheds. to tell the other engines about his truck-filled day.
Alright. That level was actually pretty easy. Yeah, that one was actually pretty easy. So everything through those first 3 is done. This one, there's a James mission, but we're not going to play that one right now because I don't think it's required. We are not doing another shunting challenge right now. No, thank you. Branching out... seems to be the next mission for us. Did have money from Bitcoin, would have sold it all, and then reinvested in Pepsi and S&P 500. Or in Nvidia back in the day, maybe. Would have been good. Next one now grows inflation and have stock that pays you dividends every year. And hopefully then you don't have to work anymore. Just manage your stocks. Maybe work a short part-time job to keep yourself occupied.
You should go to the steamworks for a while, said Sir Topham Hatt. They'll have you fixed up and feeling better in no time.
I don't know what Treyarch was thinking with that rifle. Makes cover useless. What are you talking about? Did a comment not get posted?
Who else he could get to take Thomas's passengers? Suddenly, Diesel pulled into the yard.
Oh, Diesel's gonna be a bitch, isn't he? Diesel's not gonna pull my patience. He's gonna be an asshole about it. He's like the Indian in my company. He's not gonna go do his work. He's the villain of the story. Isn't he? From what I remember, he's usually the villain.
Diesel, just the engine.
Throwing like 2 million in both, fair enough, yeah.
Diesel looked a little nervous. Sir Topham Hatt usually only wanted to see him if he was in trouble. Good morning, sir, said Diesel nervously. Did you need me for something? Yes, indeed I do, smiled Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas is not feeling well, and Emily has taken him to the steamworks to be repaired. So I need a really useful engine to help with taking the passengers on the branch line. Diesel was very surprised.
I thought he was like the villain in
But
this.
sir, he protested, I'm only a shunting.
Is he not the villain?
I've never
Am I
ridden
thinking of
a
someone
horse
else? I thought he was the villain.
Don't worry, Diesel, Sir Topham Hatt reassured him. I'm confident you'll manage just fine. And I'm sure that Annie and
Yeah, I thought he
Clarabelle
was the
will be
villain
glad
back
to
in the
show
day
you.
when I knew the Thomas lore.
Just remember.
So me and Peps would give
you need to be
70k
on
every
your
year in
best
dividends.
behavior
Just
today.
reinvest the dividends and make
I don't want
each
to
every
hear
year.
from the passengers that you've
Basically a
been
free
on
money
before.
glitch.
But, sir, I can't take Annie and Clarabelle.
If he is supposed to be the villain, he doesn't seem like that bad of a dude.
And
He just seems like the outcast.
Diesel.
And I know what it's like to be the outcast without being the villain, because that was literally my role in life.
Collect Annie and Clarabelle. They should be waiting for you in the sidings.
oh, why do I have to take passengers? Maybe, he thought, Sir Topham Hatt chose me because I am the
Yeah,
best
no one thought of Bitcoin back then. Like, no one thought it was anything. They thought it was a hilarious meme thing. So does Diesel go faster, maybe? He speeds up pretty quickly. But it doesn't look like he goes faster, though. He can only go up to 75 miles an hour, so he's not any faster than Gordon. In fact, he's probably slower than Gordon. But can he stop faster is the question. Maybe a little bit. 2009. Only mistake was not being wealthy. Yeah, we were all children back during that time period. We should have been buying Bitcoin and real estate back then. Probably Diesel 10, who was the villain in one of the films. Okay, so that might be who I'm thinking of then. Because I remember a diesel engine being a villain in at least one Thomas the Tank Engine thing from back in the day. There goes Percy, hauling the troublesome trucks, or whatever they're called. It was funny, in the Lionel Traintown game, you actually have to fuel the different trains with different fuel. Like, the diesel trains need diesel fuel, and the steam engines need steam fuel, so coal and water. And then there was, like, a phantom engine or something that didn't need any sort of power.
Hello, ladies.
We love diesel.
Oh no, Clarabelle. It's that devious diesel.
So maybe he is considered, like, a bad guy to some of them.
Surely, replied Clarabelle. Sir Topham Hatt could have picked another engine instead.
Or was at some point. Because I swear I remember when I was a kid that Diesel was a bad guy. And, like, a legit bad guy. The main villain. I don't know, though. Who knows? Maybe it's a Mandela effect thing. I don't freaking know.
I'm sure he only asked you to help as all the other engines are busy.
Well, you don't need to be an asshole to him. He's the one towing you.
Certainly did not. Now
Bro,
we need to get
why are
going.
you messing with the train that's towing you? What if he decides to, like, send you along in some wild ride that could kill you? Is that really a good idea? Yeah, I know it said Thomas is sick and Emily had to haul him away. Yeah, you guys don't need to be an asshole to him, because he's kind of hauling you there, so... I'm not sure I'd want to be an asshole to the one that's controlling me. What if he decides to suddenly disconnect you and you go careening off a cliff and die in a horrible flaming death or something? I'm sure that's not how you want to go out. So he seems to stop and start a little bit faster than our steam engine brethren do. Why did we have to go all the way out there? We couldn't have stopped somewhere earlier? Yeah, this is really making me want to go play Lionel Traintown and stream it. It has some hilariously bad voice acting. If you've never played it, it has some hilariously bad voice acting. That alone makes it worth playing. If you can obtain a way to play it. Which I still have a CD of it, but... Or whatever you call the old discs on PC.
All aboard. We need to hurry and get moving. There's no need to rush.
All
these things,
aboard!
We still have plenty
All
of time.
aboard! Nobody's getting on the train! Well, that's their fault for missing the train.
Right. Let's get going.
That ain't my fault if they missed the train.
Remember, said Clarabelle, you need to pull away.
Screw that shit. I'm driving away as fast as I want.
Passengers.
They like a good ride. Silver fell down to 68, so it's going down, what, 33%? In like a month? It'll go back up, I'm sure, though. I think it probably will at some point. We never thought it would get to the point that it is now or where it was. It'll probably go up at some point. Something will happen. A lot of people say investing in silver is the best idea. I wouldn't necessarily invest in it specifically, but we own a fair bit of silver, so it's something that we hold on to. I'm honestly kind of glad it went back down when it did, because my grandparents didn't get to sell their giant collection of silver.
You'll need to remember to slow down as you approach
I'd rather them
the
hold on
station.
to it for now in case it does go
must
back
look
up
at the
crazy,
coaches,
or if
especially if they
a
have passengers
disaster
on board.
type of thing happens and we need it for trading. Have a cyber attack, an EMP, anything like that. Silver will be something good to trade with. I actually found a nickel from 1960 recently, which was pretty nice. Because that means it's made out of silver, primarily. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with at least having some silver and gold. Good to trade with. Supposedly you can make antibiotics out of silver, though I don't know how the hell that works. But apparently you can do something with antibiotics related to silver. I don't know how it works. All aboard! All aboard! Oh, so they were only made of silver prior to 1945. I could have sworn they were worth something if they were made that old. I know quarters are pre-1964, but I have a few of those.
Off we go again.
I also have some sequential $2 bills that we found while going through some of my grandparents' stuff. Sequential $2 bills because reasons. Don't ask me why. I have no explanation for it, but we have them. One of the random things my great-grandparents collected. Only between those years. Okay, then, so that coin means nothing. Well, I have a few silver quarters at least. And some wheat pennies. Which wheat pennies aren't really worth anything, but they're kind of cool. They're going to throw someone off if you give them one of them. Because they definitely look different. And they're super, super old. And they're only worth like 2 to 3 cents a piece, but they're still cool. They're kind of cool looking. I would say Diesel's doing a pretty good job, honestly. I think he's doing fine. He stops faster than the steam engines do. He also speeds up faster than they do, but he can't go as fast. All aboard! All aboard! Better take silver coins over dollar bills. Heck yeah, absolutely. Would completely agree on that one. But the $2 bills, they're in sequence, which apparently means they're worth more, however the hell that means. I don't understand how any of that works. I don't know anything about bill collecting. But as a Clemson fan, having $2 bills is nice because it's a Clemson tradition to go to other schools and pay in $2 bills just to confuse the hell out of the people there. Well, actually, no, it's a mixture of confusing the hell out of the people there, and you're supposed to stamp them with a tiger paw in order to spread Clemson influence across the country. It's like some weird-ass communist movement or something. Yeah, you're supposed to stamp $2 bills with Clemson paws and then spend them at businesses when you go to away games. It's a tradition that we have. Still oversaturated, yeah. But I mean, if they're in sequence, apparently for some reason that makes them worth way more. I don't know why. $50 coins as long as they're pre-1964. And we have some of those are in the collection that my grandparents have. The random old coins and the silver-based coins. Honestly, I think Diesel's doing a pretty good job here today. Load more passengers.
Hurry up, please.
I'm doing exactly what you tell me to do, game.
Just then, one of the passengers approached Diesel.
Thank you, Diesel,
They said.
Huh?
Diesel looked surprised. He wasn't sure what to say.
Have Dark Coins pre-64, 25 bucks
You're
each. Heck
very
yeah.
Welcome.
We got quite a few of those then.
Wow.
Diesel looking a little bit happy with
Someone
himself.
was grateful for my help. You see, said Annie, passengers appreciate an engine who looks after.
But he hasn't done anything wrong here today. Why is everyone being an asshole to him? He hasn't done anything wrong here today.
Maybe you're right, he said. Maybe I can.
He hasn't done anything wrong today. Why are you guys being assholes to him? Seriously. Yeah, you guys are kind of being assholes to him for no good reason. Like, maybe he's a villain in some of the stories, but he's not being mean to anyone here. He's doing his job. He just locks in and does his job. I mean, maybe you don't like breathing in the diesel fumes from that particular position, but still. Surprised there's not a trophy for like honking a bunch of times or something. So what is whistling to them physically? Is it like burping? Is it like hiccuping? Is it like jerking yourself off? What is burping to them? Or what is whistleblowing to them? What is that physical sensation that it gives them? You know what, I probably don't want to actually know the answer to that question, but I asked it anyway. Because it's got to be something related to their bodies. There is a collectible out there at the windmill, I'm pretty sure, that I saw earlier. Actually, let me see if I can get it now, because he stops a lot slower. Ah, no, he's taking too long, never mind. We'll get it later then. We will get it later. It'd be funny to try to ask someone random on the street if they'd rather take a $100 bill or 100 half-dollar coins pre-64. Oh, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that will just take the $100 bill. Absolutely. People that don't know what it's worth. And there's a lot of them that don't. There's kids in college here that don't know where the U.S. is on a map. And think that France and England fought themselves in the American Civil War. Those are all beliefs among certain people in colleges. Load even more passengers on that are not actually rendering in.
On to our next stop.
To be fair, you've heard the British aren't that smart either. I don't know. Only ones that I know are people on YouTube. some British girl called the country of Italy South England. The thing for me with England is their cuisine is disgusting. Like, the British people, it's like they don't know how to make actually good food. And that's like an actual common stereotype among them, is they don't know how to make actually good food. Like, they have no, like, good dishes, for the most part, from what I can tell. And all their dishes are weird. I mean, who the hell eats baked beans at lunch? Or, not lunch, breakfast. Who the hell eats baked beans for breakfast? Because that's a thing over there. Like, who the fuck eats baked beans for breakfast? I'm sorry, but I find something like that to be extremely weird. And the entire rest of the world finds that to be weird and would probably think it's something that you find in America. But no, it's a thing from England. Their main dish is literally an Indian dish. That's not surprising because they occupied India for several hundred years. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Indian food's probably going to taste better than most of their native food. It's going to have more flavor and spice to it. And they have some very interestingly named dishes. Because for those who don't know, there's a dish in England called Spotted Dick, is the actual name of it. It's called Spotted Dick. And it's like a pudding. Which for them a pudding is more like a cake than actual pudding, like what we consider it. But yeah, they have a dish called Spotted Dick. Which, I don't think I'd want to have a spotted dick. I would be very worried about the STD ramifications of such a condition. But apparently that's a dessert they have over there. And it's basically a pudding, their version of pudding, which is like a sponge cake with raisins in it. Because of course it is. Magneto Trophy done. Very close to plat. You can do it, Cassie. You'll have it done soon. You might have it done before the end of the weekend. Because I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. I might have plans tomorrow night. But I will definitely stream on Sunday, because I actually don't have to get up early for once on Monday. Chicken Tiki Masala. That actually sounds pretty good, though. Compared to some of the stuff we got served from the local shitty Indian restaurant, that actually sounds pretty good. We didn't get any Tiki Masala, though, is the thing. Like, when we got served the food from there, we didn't get any Tiki Masala. We just got random-ass dishes that made no sense. No Tiki Masala. Which I think I would like, because I think I've actually had that before at an Indian restaurant a long time ago. I mean, to be fair, I can't imagine that Greenville, South Carolina is going to have the best Indian food in the world. Because that's a very random niche. We have good everything else. We have great Chinese food, great Japanese and Thai food, great Mexican food, great Italian food, great barbecue, great chicken wings, great burgers. But yeah, we don't have any... I don't know if we have any good Indian food around here. We might. I don't know. There's one place I would like to try that actually is very well rated for Indian food, but it was not the place they brought us lunch from that day. It was some really shitty place they brought it from. They did not bring it from the good Indian restaurant in town. Which I think the good Indian restaurant probably is going to be pretty good. You're English? So what can you tell us about your food choices? You have dishes called Spotted Dick, is one of your desserts. And none of your food has any actual flavor. I'm sorry, but anything that I've had that's British just, like, has no flavor. And it's just weird. Why do you people eat baked beans for breakfast? That's so weird. Like, why do you eat baked beans for breakfast? No other country in the world does that.
Diesel soon reached Farquhar.
If I want good
The
Indian
top
food, go to
station
New
on
York
Thomas's
and Queens.
Branch.
Okay.
He felt rather pleased.
Because I suspect I would like it if it was made correctly, because I love spicy stuff nowadays.
Sir Topham
So I
had
suspect I would like it if I got it from a good place. It's just, I don't think there's any good places for it around here. Fish and chips, I understand. Fish and french fries, I understand that one. We have Long John Silver's over here, so I actually understand that one.
He was smiling.
It's not something I would normally eat, but I at least understand that one. That one is fair enough. That one makes sense.
I've heard from some of your passengers that you did a good job.
Yeah, that one at least makes sense. That one doesn't bother me.
Thank you, sir.
But why do you people eat baked beans
But
for
I did have
breakfast?
some help.
That offends me.
Thomas is still being
Because that
repaired,
sounds
so I
disgusting.
need you to stay and help out
New York
for a
has the
few
best
more
ethnic
days.
food. I'm sure it probably does for most
You
things.
mind?
I'm sure it probably has among the best food in the world, but like I do have a great place for most of the ethnic foods down here now.
Just fine.
There's a really great Japanese place that's literally out the side of a fucking gas station, but it's like the best hibachi around here.
Diesel wasn't
There's a great
so
Chinese
devious
place,
after all.
great place for wings, great place for burgers, great places for barbecue. Okay, well, we got through that first try. That's good. Spotted dick with custard. That just makes it sound even worse. If we're being honest, that just makes it sound even worse. I know what it is, but that just makes it sound worse. Okay, so that's a James mission. Those are James missions, so those are not required. There is a shunting challenge. Let me see if it's anything awful. If it's going to be awful, I might not do it tonight. I want to see how bad it's going to be before I go for it. Okay, this actually doesn't look as bad. Everything but
Welcome to the
4 is
shunting
right here at the start. There's only 6.
These
There's only
trucks are
6
all
this
out of
time.
order, and
That's
need to
actually
be
not
put
that
back
bad.
into their proper places.
There's only 6 here. That's actually not
Try
that
to
bad.
get the truck shunted in as few moves as
And this seems to
possible
be a smaller
increase
area.
your score.
Okay, this actually isn't as bad. Because there's only 6 of them this time, and they're all pretty close together. So let me just plan this out real quick. So, we go back here. This one doesn't seem that bad compared to the previous one. But I'm going to have to do a little bit of thinking to figure it out. So, 1, 2, 3 is there. And 5, 6 is there. So we would need to get 4 before that. Okay, so we need to get over to the right line here and start some shunting. Okay, I think I can do that. This doesn't look that bad compared to the previous one. This one look... What?! How did my vehicle get derailed? Was it because the camera went under the map? Eggs on toast, I can actually understand that one. You don't like beans? Okay, good. Eggs on toast, I understand that. That actually makes sense, because that's like an egg sandwich,
Welcome to
pretty
the
much.
shunting challenge.
That's pretty close to being an egg sandwich, or an egg biscuit over here,
As
so
you can see,
that I
These
understand.
trucks are all out of order and need to be put back.
That's
into
not
their
that
proper
bad. That one I
places.
understand fully, and that's something I would eat.
You should try to get the truck shunted in as few moves as possible to increase your score.
I don't care about my score, Mr. Irishman. But why did that happen? Why did I fail the mission? Okay, so I need to think about this for a second, the best way to do this. So that's gonna go to the left. So make sure it's gonna go to the right. Don't mind beans, they're easy to consume protein. It's not that I don't like beans, but I don't think of eating beans for breakfast is the thing. Like, beans for breakfast sounds like such a weird choice. That's just the whole thing for me, is I just don't understand eating it for breakfast. Oh, I used the wrong one. Okay, good English fry up. Also have cream with it. Don't take it the wrong way. Oh, it's gonna make me take it the wrong way. Okay, it says it's supposed to go to the right, so... Is it going to actually go to the right? No, it's not going to the right. What the hell? It says it's going to the right. It's not going to the right. Beans are mid anyways. I think eating bacon or steak for breakfast is weird too. Steak, I think, is kind of a strange choice for breakfast. I've heard of, like, breakfast steaks and stuff before, but I've never actually done that. Bacon, though, for breakfast makes sense. I mean, I know you can't eat bacon unless it's, like, a vegan version of it or something, so I know you are in kind of a different situation with that, but... Bacon is a very common thing for breakfast here in a lot of places. So that would take us to the left, and that will take us to the right. Yeah, bacon is a very common dish here for breakfasts. Okay, oh, this is a clusterfuck of a junction. How the hell did people figure out how to do this back in, like, the 1800s when trains first became a thing? Oh, not it. At least Thomas is alone right now, so... Bacon great, heck yeah. And bacon in the fry-ups that you can get for breakfast. Bacon is beef for turkey, you can have it. Okay, that's... What?! He just keeps falling off the track. I think that's a bug. I legit think that's a bug. That's gotta be a bug. He just falls off the track. Yeah, he straight up just falls off the track for no reason. So that's a bug. So that one's not doable because it's bugged. Most breakfasts are cereals, pancakes, waffles, orange juice, and those are all delicious. It's the least healthiest time to eat something, yeah. But I mean, all those foods are delicious. Okay, well, that shunting challenge is actually broken for some reason, so that's wonderful. Let's do Emily's mission.
Express.
And this will be the last thing we do tonight.
Meanwhile at Kelsthorpe, Emily was pulling a goods train and had to stop at a signal when the station master walked up. Gordon has
But
broken
something's
down.
wrong with Thomas's mission. It doesn't
Can you
work.
believe your
His
truck's
shunting,
here? Then
it
go
doesn't
and find
work.
him and
He just
pull the
derails randomly.
Me? Pull the express? Yes, sir, she said excitedly. And with that, Emily went off to uncouple her trucks.
It takes you an hour to
setting
get,
off
they can't just
find
wake up
Gordon.
and eat.
I usually don't eat breakfast is the thing, honestly. Like, I usually don't eat it. Yeah, I usually avoid breakfast. That is a long train. So she's going to be slowed down from that, isn't she?
Issue with breakfast is you eat too much, you probably can't eat anything for the rest of the day without gaining weight. Stop with breakfast.
Yeah, I understand that because, like, breakfast tastes good, but it's like, it ends up being really bad for you. Like waffles or pancakes covered in syrup. Oily hash browns. Eggs cooked in butter. Bacon, ham, whatever meat you want with it. Toast. Coffee. Which, if you put stuff into your coffee, it's going to be something else. Yeah, I usually do not eat breakfast. I very rarely eat breakfast. Usually I just eat lunch and dinner. So what was the point of stopping there? What was the point of stopping there? Oh, I'm supposed to go backwards. Never mind. That's why. Never mind.
Don't mind drinking a Monster.
I have not drinking a Monster, like, ever in my entire life. I do not consume energy drinks. I don't believe in energy drinks. I think they're disgusting. I hate the taste of them. I hate the way they make me feel. I'd much rather just drink coffee black. Because I actually like black coffee. I'm the weird person that does. But alongside that, I'd much rather drink coffee because it's very natural. Coffee is 2 ingredients. Water and coffee beans. Monster is a conglomeration of about 10 million different ingredients that probably all cause cancer. You should just have a cheese and bacon roll, Australian thing. That actually sounds really good, though. That actually does sound really good. What the heck? Why did we just go spinning? What the fuck? What? We just went spinning. Thomas is alone. I played that game. Only drink the zero. Okay, good. At least you only drink the zero sugar ones.
Express. Meanwhile, at Kelsthorpe, Emily was pulling a goods train and had to stop at a signal when the station master...
But no, I hate energy drinks. I drink one every like 5 years, probably on
Gordon
average.
broken down.
I think they're disgusting.
Can
I
you
don't like the
believe your
taste. I don't like the way they make me feel. I don't like anything about
Pull
them.
the Express. Me, pull the Express.
I just drink black
What's
coffee
that?
and Diet
She said
Coke
excitedly.
and Pepsi's, or not Pepsi Zero, Dr. Pepper Zero.
Emily
Dr.
went off
Pepper
to
Zero
unfold
is
her books,
really, really good, by the
setting
way.
off to find
I gotta say,
gold.
Dr. Pepper Zero is really, really good. For 0-calorie soda, it is so freaking good. It tastes very close to Dr. Pepper, which is one of my favorite normal sodas. When drinking zero sugar drinks in general, that's good then, so... But yeah, energy drinks, I don't like them. I don't enjoy them in the slightest. I think they're just disgusting and they make me feel awful if I drink one of them. See, I only drink like black coffee and diet or zero sugar soda in terms of like caffeinated beverages. I drink alcohol and I drink water. I drink a lot of sparkling water, especially, which most people find weird. But I'm trying to figure out how she derailed from that. It wasn't that high of a collision rate, or that fast of a collision. And that's fair. I mean, I won't be able to drink alcohol really anymore once I get on the Zepbound, because it kills any craving for things like alcohol, gambling, smoking, etc. Which is going to be really weird, but I'm not mad about it. I'm actually happy about it. But my insurance, of course, denied it because my job hates me and my job hates the idea of reasonably priced medicine. Johnny boy, he needs his profit. He doesn't care about his employees being able to survive the week. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about you being able to go to your fucking doctor's appointment. Your manager cancels it because your Indian employee refuses to show up for work, so you have to go cover the Indian. What the fuck?
I want to get a good cigar when you get one.
How's it going? It's going weird because the game keeps screwing me over like that. To be completely honest, though, I'm tired. It has been a hellishly stressful week. So, I think I'm going to call the night here, guys. I'm just tired. I'm just ready to rest a little bit, get a full 12 hours of sleep for once, because I'm down like 12 hours so far this week anyway. So, next stream, maybe tomorrow, but most likely Sunday. It might be more of this, it might be a different game, I don't know yet. This game just honestly, like, I like it. I'm not having a bad time with it, but I am getting a little bit annoyed at how specific some of these are. And the second mission, the second shunting mission seems to be bugged. Like, the second shunting mission seems to be severely bugged. So, I'm kind of worried about that. But we're making trophy progress. The collectibles are going to need a guide. There's no guides out there yet that I'm aware of. So yeah, I will see you guys back here either tomorrow or Sunday for our next stream. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's going to be it for tonight. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. See you back here real soon.